You're a native of Locust Valley, New York. What was it that drove you to attend Bentley and play for Coach Stevens and the women's basketball program?
Sure. So thank you, Mark. So Bentley for me was really the full package. It had everything that I was looking for in a college career, not only from a basketball perspective, but also from an education perspective. I did first find out about Bentley through basketball, however, through recruiting, doing AAU tournaments and meeting C. White for the first time. And meeting C and eventually meeting Coach, they really just sold me through that process. They were professional, had a resume full of accolades. They showed how invested they were in me, in my future, and how Bentley would become a family to me, and which really it did. And then, of course, the education side, Bentley is nationally ranked, has lots of recognitions year over year, and was just, as I said, the complete package for me.
How much did impact did Coach have on your transition from high school into the college game?
Yeah, so Coach really took me to that next level in my game. As I developed, and every athlete develops as a player, the primary focus is usually on the physical skill sets and improving on that aspect of the game. Ball handling, shooting, passing, rebounding, defense. However, when I got to college, all of the women at that level had developed as talented players with talented skill sets. And Coach the mental side of the game and really took working on my basketball IQ and elevating that so that I was no longer just a player on the court, but I was a player and another coach on the court.
Next question. It took until your senior year for your team to get past that NCAA East Regional first round game, a regional that you were the most outstanding player in, a year which you also became the program's top scorer as far as guards go in the program's history. Talk about the differences between that team and with the veteran leadership that you provided with some of the the newcoming freshman class, and how that kind of compared to some of your earlier years.
Yeah, so I believe truly, and I think everyone would agree, that Bentley is always a strong team. It always has talent. It always has the pieces to be winners and to be successful. We've never had a losing season, and we always had the pieces that we needed. Unfortunately, those pieces just didn't always fall into place, and my first 3 years, a lot of that was attributed to injuries, which is not something that can be prevented or predicted. But I always played with hardworking, driven, talented women that had a drive for success. And of course, being under Coach Stevens, she never let up. I went under 3 different offenses in 4 years, and that was attributed to her always working, grinding during the summers to find the best way that we can win with the players that we had available to us.
Your junior year, you were honorable mention for All-America, second team Division II All-East region, and then you were also nominated for ESPN the Magazine's Academic All-American. Can you speak to some of those nominations and what they meant to you personally, and also doing so representing the women's basketball program at Bentley?
Yeah. So I'm very humbled and thankful for those nominations. However, although they're branded as individual recognitions, I know that they're not achieved by being an individual. And I'm just very thankful for the team members that I always had around me, supporting me, not only on the court, but also in the classroom, pushing each other to do well, get good grades, and, really represent the team the best that we could, whether it was, as I mentioned, playing the sport or achieving, high rankings in our degrees. And what it really means to me is it's just a reminder of the memories and the 4 years that I spent at the school and the times that I had with my teammates, and how we really were a team and pushed each other. And it also just makes me proud to be able to help to get the school recognized in a positive light and bring the program, elevated to these types of accolades.
You were lucky enough to be part of Coach Stevens' 800th career victory as a player in December of 2010. But then you were also on hand as a fan this time for her 1,000th career victory 2 years ago in 2018. What did those accomplishments mean for you in support of her accomplishments that that she so deserved?
Yeah, I mean, when you think about 1,000 wins and now plus, of course, it's just incredible to think about when you see how many games you actually play in a season, and then multiply how many years she's coached, and then what her winning percentage really is. I mean, it's just, it's no wonder that, you know, she's been getting the accolades that she has. And I remember when that 1,000th win was on ESPN and the names that she was ranking amongst. It just goes to show what an accomplishment it is. And to be honest, I think that the coolest part about it is it just kind of summarizes her career as a whole and brings all those generations of players and all those years, you know, under one umbrella of um, accolades and accomplishments, and kind of brings us all together and reminds us that we're just one big program, that we're fortunate enough to all play under Coach Stevens. So, you know, of course, the team that wins that 1,000th win gets to be there and have all that fun. But what about the team that won that first game, or the team that won that 459th game? It brings it all together and just shows her storied long history of accomplishments.